It's simple to select a restaurant in Montreal. The easiest way is to stop by establishments that seem to serve locals as well as tourists. Following these recommendations will make it simpler for you to select your ideal dining location, especially on weekends. Restaurants in Montreal often have very high standards and moderate costs. Like most locations, lunch is frequently more affordable. Who knows cuisine better than the local hotel restaurants? Eateries like East Montreal, The Village, or more recent hotspots like Griffintown and the Pointe Saint-Charles areas on the western end of the city should also be taken into consideration. Number 10. L'Auberge Saint-Gabrielle Restaurant. Warmth and hospitality are provided by the thick stone walls, large inner foyer, wood floors, and roaring fireplace. The skilled and well-trained service crew adds to the atmosphere. The crowds range from young and fashionable to local business people. Foie gras with maple jus and beet tatin, scallops with brown butter cauliflower, sea lettuce with hazelnut oil, a homemade charcuterie platter, and spit-roasted suckling pig upon special request for a minimum of 8 people have all been on the menu. A reservation is not necessary for the spit-fired Cornish hen with garlic and thyme jus. The 7-course tasting menu, however, is well worth the extra money. The wine match is appropriate because L'Auberge Saint-Gabrielle boasts a wine cellar worthy of having received the first alcohol license in North America. Desserts include lemon shortbread with lemon cream, verbena jelly, and meringue petals, as well as vanilla vacherin cake with layers of meringue, raspberry sorbet, and ice cream. A range of charcuterie, 30-day aged beef, grain-fed fowl from the rotisserie, and the restaurant's distinctive apple tartinade are among the specialty items that can be bought for takeout. Number 9. Buon Bil Restaurant. On a St. Laurent street that is generally uninteresting, Buon Bil is a haven for fine eating. If you go out from the crowded Quartier des Spectacles, you'll be rewarded with dishes like seared scallops with grilled zucchini, sharp watercress, and thinly sliced sweet pear, as well as beef and sea urchin tartare with chanterelle mushrooms and local sea asparagus. Although primarily a locavore establishment, Buon Bil serves regional Cornish fowl with beets along with fresh figs and vadouvan mashed potatoes. Rest assured, however, that by including foie gras on both the appetizer and dessert menus, the restaurant firmly anchors itself within La Belle Province, dispelling any fears you may have about an excessive case of menu wanderlust and, God forbid, fusion. Choose the latter version of the duck specialty, which includes banana, chocolate, smoked apple, and sour cream if you can only have one meal. Number 8. Le Club Chasse et Pêche. The name of this establishment is not immediately recognizable from the street, so keep a close eye out for it. Search for a black coat of arms with antlers and fish on it. Enter the bar salon through a dim doorway with low ceilings and enjoy a drink before supper. The halogen lamps that dangle over each table, the encased windows in the stone walls, and the cozy upholstered seats go well with the affluent population. One of the most esteemed chefs in the city is Chef Claude Pelletier, and for good reason. Try the foie gras and suckling pig risotto, the la chasse et pêche surf and turf, or the grilled scallops with fennel puree and a vegetable panache. Number 7. Joe Beef. In the gentrified Little Burgundy neighborhood, Joe Beef is a provider of the current informal meal trend, moving away from white tablecloths and private dining rooms. The atmosphere is cozy and unpretentious. The napkins are white with blue kitchen towels, which quite literally urges you to eat heartily and lick your lips afterward. If the foie gras double-down sandwich doesn't make your heart race, the spaghetti lobster or the 5-pound côte de bœuf oozing with gravy might be a better choice for you. But remember to bring assistance, as the latter is designed for 2, or really 3. With everything printed on a single chalkboard, the menu can be a little challenging to understand. However, go cautiously because it is dotted with undiscovered treasures that change frequently in accordance with the season. The cuisine might not stay true to the pricing if you do not even care about marketing or overindulgence, but at the bar, you can't go wrong with a glass of biodynamic white wine and some of the city's freshest oysters. Number 6. Maon Bulud. The haute-class Ritz-Carlton Hotel had a complete renovation and redesign when it reached its 100th anniversary. The on-site restaurant had a significant makeover as a result, and famous chef Maon Bulud was hired. Together with head chef Riccardo Bertolino, they developed an exquisite, refined, and distinctly French menu that highlighted regional delicacies from Quebec. The caramel and chocolate decor is consistent with Bulud's numerous restaurants around the world, but it is undoubtedly a step down from his address, Daniel, in New York City. Start out with a tasty drink created by one of the mixologists before moving on to the deconstructed sardine tart or the paper-thin beet salad. The silky ricotta ravioli is another choice for an appetizer. The milk-fed porcelet from the nearby Gaspor farm, the well-seasoned grilled tuna, and an artistically presented pâte de bœuf are among the highlights of the main course, Beef Duo. As an alternative, think about the renowned DBGB burger. Number 5. Park Restaurant. The greatest sashimi in Montreal is sliced by Chef Antonio Park at his self-titled Westmount Eatery. Although he experiments with Korean and fusion cuisine, bibimbap, nigiri with chimichurri on top, and udon soup with kimchi and braised beef, for example, his Japanese expertise is unmatched. The fish he uses is much better than most sushi selections because he is one of the few chefs in Montreal with a private fish import authorization. Even while a sushi plate of the chef's freshest offerings costs just $21 for lunch, Park really excels at dinner. Get the swordfish tataki with ice wine vinegar and lobster vinaigrette, the mackerel belly with Japanese caper peppers, the Quebec sea urchin in a carrot onion sauce with shiso and house-pickled ramps, and the torched Chinook salmon when you order the Omakase Chef's Choice menu. Try a sake or shoju from the carefully picked collection of, once more, private imports to go with. Number 4. Hasta. The inventive cuisine at Chef Martin Junot's Natural Wine Bar and Small Plates restaurant has hearty dishes designed for sharing and is affordably priced. Some items on the menu, such as the house-cured salmon gravlax with creamy fingerling potatoes drowned in rich, sweet mayonnaise and topped with parsley and grated smoked salmon jerky, a locavore version of Italian botarga and a tribute to the restaurant's location on the southern tip of Montreal's Little Italy, are permanent. The menu is divided into cold and hot options, and it changes frequently. Deep-fried sea whelks with smoked sour cream and radishes are among the hot meals. There is also a chance to taste horse, a lean protein that is rather popular in Quebec due to its fame in France. Don't pass on the Outaouais bison with confit potatoes and anchovy sauce, which is grilled and smoked. Take advantage of the rare opportunity to taste natural and biodynamic dessert wines from the carefully curated list, as well as the local cheese and dessert menu. Number 3. Renoir. This restaurant is definitely a breath of, well, Provence, whether you pick the 60-seat patio to sample iced cherries beneath laurier trees or the dining room amid warm cascades of natural light and soothing ochre materials. Start with a decadent and silky foie gras terrine or an exotic treat of creamy, savory truffled corn gnocchi before moving on to the main meal. The flaky halibut filet pavé is just subdued enough to let the deftly handled tagliarini steal the show after being grilled to a light crust in a mixture of honey and baharat spices. A glass of crisp Riesling, the fruity but not overly sweet Chateau de Ricoeur goes well with roasted king prawns. Number 2. Tokay. Tokay's food providers are featured on the first page of the tasting menu as an homage to the value that chefs Christine Lamarche and Normand Laprise place on regionally sourced food. However, with its expansive, well-lit and playful decor, opulent banquettes, and cleverly placed drapes that cleverly divide the sizable room into relatively intimate spaces, their restaurant, located in the center of Montreal's business district and directly across from the convention center, is quite the opposite of a country inn. One of the restaurant's strong characteristics is execution, which is exemplified by accurate cooking and a good, occasionally risky balance of flavors. A must-have is foie gras, the marinated Nova Scotia princess scallops, which are arranged creatively and served with seasonal flavors like sumac water, basil ice, or strawberry juice, are described as inventive. Confit duck breast is prepared with herbs and maybe a little maple syrup. Number 1. Au pied de cochon. Au Pied de Cochon, a haven for carnivores, showcases Montreal's wealth on a plate 5 evenings a week. This is the premium eatery you must visit if you only have time for one meal in Montreal. Au Pied de Cochon offers excellent value, despite the fact that its pricing tends to be more than average. Dining at Au Pied de Cochon poses two difficulties. The first difficulty is that there aren't many options for vegetarians on the nose-to-tail menu. The bigger problem, though, is that meat aficionados will want to order everything on the menu. Knowing our selection for the best restaurants in Montreal, which one is your favorite and why? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And guys, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more awesome updates.